Каквото е необходимо.
Каквото кажете.
Чудесно.
People will do whatever they have to do to get a deal done.
What is it worth to you?
$35 million.
A lot of egos, a lot of different personalities. They will eat you alive.
The pressure's on.
You guys ready? Let's go!
Let the competition begin.
We are going to renovate your house.
You can have it all.
A brand new season of shows
That's a lot.
on HGTV.
I grew up believing that we lived in this idealistic society with no problems. But when I reached 11 years old, I realized that there was so much more to this earth that I did not understand. I started to see reports of turtles choking on plastic nets and whales washing up with plastic in their bellies. The problem was so much larger than I expected that at that moment, I realized that it would be impossible for me to do it on my own. I'm Sagarika Sriram, and I'm a climate advocate based in Dubai. I created my website with the main goal of creating climate advocates who can go on to make their own decisions and teach more people and can spread this sort of climate consciousness and education towards others. I run a range of sustainable summer workshops where I got a group of environmentalists in my community to come over, and I taught them about the basics of climate change and what it is, and about what they can do in their own households to limit their impact and reduce their carbon footprint. If we do want our Earth to still have these luscious green forests and our oceans to be plastic-free, it is up to us to make that impact. It's time to act.
What would a car mechanic know about house design?
I can't wait to see this.
More than you think.
This is a tragedy.
A lot more.
Renovation is difficult, but not impossible.
Watch how Russell Holmes
I am not going to fail on this.
pimps houses.
Oh my God, this is crazy.
Brand new Renovation Impossible. Wednesdays on HGTV.
Hello.
I'm Risa. Austin owns a design and build company, and I'm an artist and designer. One day over coffee, I said we should take my creative out-of-the-box skills and his hands-on know-how to work together to help people turn their first houses into places that feel like home.
We will fit a tub in here somewhere.
You'll be my heroes.
Every time you swing, you're saving money. You just saved some money.
Whoa!
Brand new First Home Fix. Coming soon on HGTV.
Две седмици по-късно.
Буклука е там. Всички тези неща ще се рециклират.
Ти си шефът.
Ето го, Ръсъл.
Хей! Вече
Промисът винаги е труден.
The lights are for me, please.
Okay.
Yeah, so grab just these two lights, not that one, right?
Please.
Hey, you guys want to watch out? I don't want the drop ceiling to come with, but this thing's really like.
Maybe try the other one.
Should I do
This is
it?
exciting. Austin gave a little tug on my light fixture. It's mine, even before, yeah. And you could see the whole drop ceiling coming with it.
Well, and he knew it was gonna happen. He said, should I do it? And I was like, yeah, the drop ceiling's not gonna hurt you. Nothing's heavy.
1, 2, 3.
That was good.
I like that ninja move, buddy.
Yeah! I thought that I'd just be able to take the light fixture out by itself, and it took the entire drop ceiling with it. Wasn't expecting that.
That's pretty cool.
Well, that worked. It was very satisfying, actually.
Our lives are connected by water, but at this moment, all cycles of water are going out of balance. How will the melting ice and the rising oceans affect the lives of the people we love the most? This is the final decade to avoid irreversible climate disaster. But will we do the right thing for them? My name is Andri Magnusson. I'm a writer. I believe stories can inspire change for our planet. These photos here are very special. These are your great-grandparents spending their honeymoon on the glacier in 1956.
What were they doing on the glaciers?
They were mapping and measuring the glaciers. These photos are incredibly valuable because they tell us how much has changed in the last 70 years. When grandfather took the picture, the glaciers seemed huge and eternal. But now they're shrinking and they will probably vanish in your lifetime. We need the world's glaciers to stay frozen because an iceless world is a dangerous one. And if glacial melt keeps its current path, sea level rise will cause trouble and floods in New York. Towns in Denmark might go underwater. Harvest in Asia might be flooded. So the best thing we can do is to keep the glaciers frozen. When I was born, this glacial lake did not exist. It was completely covered with ice. Changes that took thousands of years before happen now in a single lifetime.
So, is my generation born too late?
Well, every generation has had its monumental challenge. Our challenge is climate change. When you reach my age, all coal, oil, and gas burning has to be part of history. The future probably looks overwhelming because we have to change the way we live, the way we travel, the way we eat. Almost every aspect of our lives needs enormous innovation. And it's not essentially negative to be a revolutionary generation that has to change so much. Because when you look back, you will be super proud of what you did. So everything we do today will directly affect the people that you will love the most in your life. It's time to act.
Имам дърво от всички шкафове. Ще се справят. Знаете си работата, направете го.
Идеално. Да започваме. Шкафовете са тук. Вкусът на успеха.
Да!
People will do whatever they have to do to get a deal done.
What is it worth to you?
$35 million.
A lot of egos, a lot of different personalities. They will eat you alive.
The pressure's on.
Enough talk. Let's do this.
Let the competition begin.
We are going to renovate your house.
You guys ready?
This challenge of their lives.
Your dreams can't come true sometimes.
If you can't sell this house, you will all be replaced.
It's a $30 million commission.
I'm not afraid.
Hello? About to become a real estate agent.
What's your next move?
A brand new season of shows.
Woo, that's a lot.
Wow.
Welcome home! Oh, wow! Yeah! You can have it all.
On HGTV.
I've spent 20 years documenting wildlife crime and the destruction of our planet. And I have to ask myself, does every species have to be extinct before we wake up? What will we say to our children when all the forests are gone? What's going to be left for them? Our society has shaped us into the generation that will be remembered for the destruction of nature. Unless we change. My name is Paul Hilton. I'm a conservation photojournalist. Everybody needs to understand what is going on. And I like to think my imagery and my work presents the truth. All these species we coexist with, there's just not the exposure they deserve. There's not enough people doing what I do. And it's more poignant now than I think it ever was before, because so many species are at a tipping point. It's either we save them now or they're gone. I've obviously seen the most beautiful places on the planet, but I've also seen the worst. I've seen humanity at its worst. One of the very earliest assignments I had was to cover bear bile farming. And to this day, people are still not aware of it, but it's still going on. There's over 10,000 Asiatic black bears stuck in these crusher cages where they drain bile out of them every day for bear bile liqueur and shampoos. And it's the most cruel practice I've ever seen. And to this day, I've never seen anything like that. How can anyone sit there and expect things are going to get better when every day we're cutting down more trees, we're pulling out more fish from the oceans, the amount of death and killing for a moment in our stomach on a daily basis it's actually beyond words. It's all about the demand and the consumers. And I believe if each one of us steps up, it can be a huge difference as a collective. It's make or break time. And right now, the best thing we can do is really look at our diet and think about what we're consuming. When you sit down to have a meal, what's on your plate? How did it get there? How much suffering happened for you to have that moment? And that is the biggest question I think everybody needs to ask themselves. There is always things to appreciate. Nature gives us solitude, nature gives us clarity, nature gives us so much. Every day we have a choice on how we spend our dollars. The choice is really yours, and that is very powerful. It's time to act.
Лампата е изработена от стара купа. Струваше ни много работа и съвсем малко пари. Това е страхотен акцент в стаята.
Не съм виждал нищо подобно. Уникална е.
Всекидневна